State Bank of India has submitted the electoral donor details to the Election Commission. So all details have now been submitted to the Election Commission. The EC is expected to go ahead and publish the data by Friday. It looks like the SBI has gone ahead and met with the deadline, because remember, the Supreme Court said that by 5 p.m. this evening they are to hand over all the details, the data that they have, in two separate lists to the Election Commission. Nalini Sharma is joining us with more details on this. Nalini, the SBI adhering to the deadline, considering that the Supreme Court made it very clear that if they didn't, it would attract contempt proceedings this time.
Yes, Akshita, in fact, very clearly it was told to the State Bank of India that all data needs to be submitted by the end of the business working day today. And right now, our colleague Sanjay Sharma has confirmed from Election Commission sources that the ECI has received all of the data pertaining to the electoral bonds from the State Bank of India. But there are a few important riders that we must clarify. What the sources within the Election Commission are telling us is that the entire data has been provided in completely raw format to the Election Commission of India, and that it might be a challenge even for the Election Commission to go ahead and comply with the Supreme Court orders and publish the entire information on its website by the 15th of March. 15th of March was the deadline that was given to the Election Commission to ensure that all of the data that is being supplied by the SBI is published on the ECI website. But what sources, very important, Akshita, we are telling, what the sources are telling us that it might be a challenge because the data is in raw format. So it remains to be seen as to whether or not the ECI can comply with the Supreme Court verdict that was passed yesterday and publish the data by the 15th of March or not.
So completely raw, which means that it's not segregated the way the Supreme Court wanted it to be, but the Election Commission has a deadline to meet of Friday 5 p.m. Will they move the Supreme Court seeking more time in lieu of how they've been given the data? We'll see what really happens. Thanks very much, Nalini, for joining us.